You ever notice how everybody's talking, but nobody's really seeing what's going on? Everywhere you look, it's the same conversation with Colorado. It's wins and losses, the depth charts, quarterback battles, all these different hot takes. Who's starting? Which transfers are going to turn out? How many games are they going to win? Ooh, over or under 4.5. But it's not about that. I'm not here to react to headlines. I'm not even here to argue with those predictions and stuff like that. And I'm definitely not going to ride that emotional roller coaster that comes with every single game that Colorado plays. I'm recognizing something bigger that you missed. I'm looking at interpreting the future of what's going to happen because it's happening right before your eyes. And if you don't pay attention, you're going to miss it. It's not just about the season or even about the team or Colorado as a whole. It's about the evolution of a cutting edge offense that's going to change the game. You see schemes that's been forged like the air raid and things like that. Now you have somebody in your midst in Brendan Marion that's quietly changing the game while everybody else is distracted looking at the scoreboard and worrying about wins and losses. Y'all OC is going to change everything. And I'm here to break down what you guys seem to overlook. So I'm going to connect some of those dots for you over these next series of videos that I put out there. It's going to be more than just surface level takes because you got to go a little bit deeper. I actually want to see what's coming next, and I want you guys to pay attention to it. Deuce the Scoop did an interview with Brendan Marion. He did a great job of asking questions. It's a really great interview. And what I'm going to do is break down in this series of interviews a lot of those things that Brendan Marion said in that interview. So, welcome to 3T Talk That Talk with Sean. I'm going to talk that talk, and you guys are going to see exactly how we're changing the game in Colorado and college football in general. Hey, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. So let me get into the interview with Brendan Marion on Deuce the Scoop, and I'll stop periodically just to kind of point out some of those key things that he pulls up or he talks about during those.
Let me ask you this. In Coach Malzahn's offense, we saw how much he ran the ball, but we would always look at those crazy passing totals, right? And you were at the recipient of some of those passing yards, clearly as an NCAA record holder. Well, how much influence did Gus Malzahn in that year have into what you built out as the go-go offense?
I think, obviously with Coach just retiring, right? Like a lot of people don't try to give coaches flowers, right? But he's a bad man. That dude's he like that. He's one of those guys, right? He really changed football. He's like Mike Leach. He's like, when you Bill Walsh, when you talk about guys that had a heavy impact and influence on football, right? And so being around him, I think the biggest thing that it gave me was like the confidence to call your own plays, to have your own system, to be innovative, to think like, okay, I did something at this level, I can still do it at this level. Because what people don't, right, and the NFL has figured this out, right? Like it's still 11 guys, one football, 100-yard field, 2 field goal posts. It's a simple game. It's a childhood game.
Right.
The NFL for a long time, I didn't like the NFL because it wasn't creative, right? Like there was first down run, second down run, third down pass, fourth down punt. Like it was very
mundane.
Right.
Absolutely.
Right. Very, very methodical, right? You knew exactly what would happen. Yep. Now you see the NFL being more creative than college. Like the NFL is more innovative and creative than college. Like college coaches have really fell off because a lot of college coaches are chasing the bag instead of chasing the impact that they can make. They don't feel like they can be different or unique. They feel like they have to, they don't want to look bad if they try something or do something. And a guy like Gus, a guy like Mike Leach, those guys had the confidence to come into college football and say, you know what, I'm trying this and I'm going to make it work. Like Gus told us on the first day, like we're going to be the top offense in college football. I remember Gus called me when he was recruiting Cam Newton and said, if I get Cam Newton, I guarantee we'll win the national championship. Right? And he did.
He did.
And with the unorthodox system, like that wasn't like everybody's system, right? Not everybody was running that. Not everybody was doing that. He was bringing the high school Friday game to college. Right. And so I remember when I went to the Dolphins, when I signed with the Dolphins, Coach Henning, the offense coordinator at the time, he was asking me like, man, talk me through some of Gus's plays, like because the Dolphins were trying to run the Wildcat with Ronnie Brown and Ricky Williams.
Yep.
And he was asking me like, talk me through some of these plays that y'all ran. And I was able to, communicate with him and let him know like why we ran certain plays.
Love that. Did you pick up on it? A lot of coaches are chasing the bag and not chasing impact. Creativity. If you can't be excited about that, I don't know what you're listening to, because this is the ground level. If I was buying stock, I would buy it right now, because this is the ground level of something that's going to grow bigger and bigger and bigger. And you're already starting to see parts of it in the NFL right now. And this next part, he's going to get into that a little bit and how some of those things are seeping in. Again, Duke's asked the right questions here and really drives him towards really his philosophy on other people using his stuff. But now, if you are at CU, you got to be excited because you have the guy in your building and he has carte blanche to be creative and come up with stuff that we haven't even seen yet. So listen up for that.
Man, that's crazy. I wish I'd have known. I wasn't even thinking. I just had Ronnie Brown on maybe like a week and a half ago. That's my guy. Man.
Yeah.
And I would remember him saying, having a little bit of trepidation about the Wildcat, right? Because it's like, man, we're gonna do what? And him ending up being, basically born out of necessity, right? With the injuries they had at quarterback, and then seeing how it worked and everybody taking off with it. Speaking of everybody taking off, I'm watching. I just want to know what your mindset. I'm watching college football playoffs. I'm watching a particular team, and I said, that's a go-go play. Then I see another team, and I said, I'm watching NFL playoffs, and I said, that's a go-go play. What goes through your mind when you see some of your plays that some of your formations especially, that they're unique to your offense that people are using on a large stage?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like, there's two mindsets that I have in all of that, right? Like the first mindset is I always say like be a Marine. Like you don't have to tell everybody who you kill, right? Marines don't come home and say, hey, I killed all these people. Like they don't do that, right? They just go do the mission and come back, right? And so, people always say like, man, you should be at this level. You should be coaching. You should be, right? If you were this, right? But I see my work out there, so I know that I have an impact, right? Mm-hmm. And so I have great confidence in knowing the fact that something that I took from a high school program has made it all the way to the National Football League and the top programs in college football, right? Mm-hmm. To the forefront of football. The other mindset is like, unless you truly know ball, like if you're a real ball guy, mm-hmm. you would look at our offense and go like, damn, they do everything, right? Like, mm-hmm. right? Like when I talk to guys who've really been in this game a long time, I get a lot more respect from guys who've been in this game a long time, right? Mm-hmm. There's a, for the 100 coaches that respect me and want to see me win, there's 100 coaches that, mm-hmm. Man, he think he better than us because he's like.
It's a gimmick.
Yeah, all that, right? But like, if you really know ball, you understand the fact that the triple option has stood the test of time in football. You understand that the West Coast passing game is foolproof. You understand that when you add option routes to everything, right, and you open it up, like the defense can never be right, and you can tell that if you can go at a smaller scale, right, if you can take a Howard and beat a FBS team and put up mm-hmm. big numbers, if you can take a UNLV and make them top 25 ranked in the country and beat bigger teams, right? You know that if you get a better caliber of player at a bigger program, that the system will continue to run itself, mm-hmm. right? And the system will continue to develop and work. And so from that mindset, like the people that support me, nothing but love for you. The people that don't, you got to still watch the show, right? You still got to watch. You still gonna watch it.
So there you have it. You got to be excited about that. Listen to what he said about, hey, if you know ball, we do everything. So that should eliminate some of that skepticism behind the scenes. Are they going to run this year? Are they going to be running hitches? Are they going to be running in the bubble screen? Are the wide receivers going to block? All those things that you guys have been saying out there. I know I've been watching. This is great content. I mean, it's very entertaining. Very entertaining. But you got to see where this thing is getting ready to go. And if you pay attention to the well-off and you reach the people videos or your Uncle Neely and with the pregame network, you can see some of this stuff happening right before your eyes, but you just got to pay attention to it and not worry about what happened last year. Look at what's happening this year and look at the structure that he's bringing to it and how he's weaving that in already. And this is just the beginning because they're getting the base level stuff in right now. This is going to morph into game by game, person by person, and he'll get into that a little further. I'll cover that in the next video and how he's going to utilize his people. So the next video that comes out tomorrow, I'll break it down to where what he's saying about how he utilizes all those tools he have. But the key thing to take away from that last part is, hey, he talked about UNLV. He talked about the small school. Now imagine what he's going to do with a larger scale and more talent. This is the most talent he's ever had, period. So he's getting the chance to prove this concept again. He's already proved it. I mean, he's scoring 35 points a game, so it's kind of already tell. But now everybody's going to see it. It's a large stage. Everybody already said, CU, that's a large stage in itself. Those lights are bright. But yeah, he's ready for it. And I'm excited to see it as just a fan of football. I'm ready to see this thing take off. And then other people really commit to using these concepts. The same way they do the spread, the same way they do RPO concepts, the same way, all of those things. And, if you go back a little further with the run and shoot and all of that stuff, some teams did that. But this is going to be great. So be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Check me out tomorrow as I drop a video about how he's going to use all the people that he has, your Cam Perrys of the world, your Dennis Guerreros, and all of those people are going to be a vital factor with Colorado. All right, until then, I'll see you guys out there.